you're gonna die. Undecided if you're gonna fly. Don't be shy, you little bitch. I'll put you in the fucking ditch with your neck turned the other way. Can I say, hold the fuck up, grab your neck and then you duck. What the fuck is this? I will put you in the shits. Smoking backwoods all up on your mama's grave. While the devil tells me just to slit you with the blades. Blood flying everywhere. Did you ever give a care? Rolling up, swish a bunch. I don't even give a fuck. Hold the tech, that's a bet. Brain is crazy in my head. Murder sprees is all I do. Kill you like a fucking fool. You're a little bitch, little bitch, little bitch, bitch. You're a little bitch, little bitch, little bitch. You're a little bitch, little bitch, little bitch, bitch. You're a little bitch, little bitch, little bitch.
Taking off the motherfucking set.
Gotta love a freaky bitch who getting down on her knees, man. Don't push that shit, take it slow. Gotta please, hey, bitch, this ain't a fucking game. Do talk in our own lane, reach right from you like limits fucking up the game. We lay it down, hold the ground, rulers of the underground. Fuck them down, DJ and Koza, man. Kill them with.
What is up, pimps? It's your boy Cree. All right, what's up, guys? What's up? Sorry I'm kind of late, man. I'm still kind of setting up, having to figure shit out. It's kind of noisy, but yeah, I definitely wanted to hang out with you all tonight and kick it. I want to say what's up to everybody in the chat that was waiting. What's up? We had Birdman. He come through. What's up, Birdman? Don't say a word. Brian. Glad to see you, Brian. What's up, Kay? Long time no see, Kay. Oh, I'm fired? Yeah. Let's get some flame emojis if I lost my job. I understand. So, yeah. I promised that the next time I come back, I'd get things kind of dressed up for you all, sort of. And, you know, over time, through this whole charade, through the whole ordeal of me just like throwing rocks at the guy, I kind of felt a certain type of way to where I felt like I really liked the guy, and I genuinely did. But then over time, I just, you know, I started, after all the changes and differences and things that have fell upon me lately, I kind of just looked at stuff the way for what it really was. And I was like, well, I just can't support this guy anymore. Hence the name of the title, Marcel Snow. Yeah, I'm no longer calling him Mars. That's what he wants to be called. That's his cool name or whatever. I'm gonna refer to him as his, you know, his government name, Marcel. It wasn't just things I've seen, which we're gonna kind of go over and read and look at, but I feel like I'm kind of ready to just put this shit to bed because it doesn't matter what I say or do. He's gonna wait till 4 a.m., get super fucked up, and then trash me and everybody else, and you know, yada yada yada. And it's just he'll delete the video or private it. So I think in the beginning, when things were okay with him, he wasn't so burnt out on doing videos and shit, right? Notice we're in Mars's bathroom. That's where I wanted this finale to take place, in his place, you know? It's only rightful so. I'm not going to sit there and beat a dead horse. And yeah. You know, I guess I don't know. I don't know what to do at this point. I mean, like he says, find something new to talk about, right? Well, I guess we can go over some stuff that I had seen, you know, because I was down for a month. I was legit down. And you know what? That's another thing. I don't think he's ever going to let this thing go like what I've been doing. Yes, I'm clean in that aspect. I'm still dirty in other ways, trust me, but it's not as bad as it used to be. And it sure as hell isn't off of that stuff. Like, I don't ever want to go through that again. So part of me says he's never going to believe me or let me have the right of way to say, hey, you know, maybe the guy did get clean, you know. Sorry, I'm trying. So upon kind of prepping for this, because I haven't really been watching any of his shit, I noticed today there was yet another image change, name change or something. But that's not what we're here for. We're not here for that. It's some other things. Okay, so I don't know what this is. I don't know if it maybe has something to do with like Ukraine. Can anybody tell me what this logo is? It's like an N or a lightning bolt or some shit. A3OB. Yeah. So somewhere in his head, he is thinking up new ideas and reinventing his image or whatnot. Hey, what's up, Big Fargo? But yeah, like, so many weeks had passed. We were super sick. I just couldn't do shit. Didn't want to do shit. I didn't really do anything as far as looking outward, you know. But then I seen his community tab. I'm not sure if I can blow this up or not. Can you all read that? Sorry, I need to move this away. Now, we're going to get to the top part, but here's like a stupid meme. It makes no sense. By someone doing better than you, Denzel Washington. But that's Gunnar Allen Lindblom's photo. I don't know if he made this meme or someone else did. Makes no sense. And then there was something here. He says, this is a fucking perfect impersonation. I think he meant to say of, and he put or hashtag Cree3. Again, I didn't get notified of this. And this was from 12 days ago. Now, I did look at it some days ago, maybe a week ago or so, but I watched a few minutes of it and it was just like, I don't know, dude, I guess, whatever. He has some other things. He's just like talking and just, you know, I think this is what he wants to use YouTube for, to do the shorts and to do the community posts so that he can just like speak his mind, and it's going to be on an actual channel that's going to showcase what he says. He talks about Ukraine, going down the road, stuff he's been watching and listening to. But then listen to this shit, guys. Are y'all ready for the nail drive home? I'm sure you've all seen this. 3 days ago, he says, by the way, I am going on soft white underbelly this summer. I emailed him, and I'm going back to construction on the 25th, so my channel will come back. I'm going to put up an an ad on a website for a local editor, maybe a college kid in film school. I don't know. I want to take it to the next level. Everything's been going good other than my haircut. But Mars World will be back by June for sure. 2 videos a week like it was. Soft white underbelly. Soft white fucking underbelly. Now we're just getting outrageous out there with the thoughts, Marcel. I don't care if you emailed the Pope about this fucking interview. He has nothing important to say to that Mark guy that Mark hasn't already heard before. So I don't know if he's just trying to blow smoke up everyone's ass to keep his shit fresh, because that little shit right there is what it sounded like. How are you going to do this? Are you going to catch the guy when he goes into Fargo? Or are you going to do like a live webcam with him? I don't know. What do you guys think? No, he's not on there. He said he emailed the guy. Oh shit, the internet. Hang on. That's right. You can actually show up, do the interview, get paid, and your video still not get aired. And I swear to God, if he comes on there talking about that stupid shit about him smoking meth and staying up for 2 days, I will be upset. This is all starting to sound like another Ryan Leone knockoff. To the max, like full degree this time. I think, honestly, Stalker Mike should fucking get on Soft White Underbelly. What do you guys think? I mean,
they do all kind of different shit, right? And I walk up to them, you know, the person I am. I'm pretty, you know, assertive, go for something and relentless. You know, I'm gonna have my way if I'm set on something. So I see Ludacris and I bum rush him, right? So I approached him. They shooed me off. So he's walking, and at this time, I'm following him. I honed in on him, was following him and shit.
God, that just gets more and more creepier the more I hear it. And it's been a while too. So yeah, we're better off just trying to push to get Mike on there, Stalker Mike. Because even he has more of a story than Mars. I mean, can anyone agree? This shit's just getting way out of hand, and I don't know if I could take it anymore. Like, among the other problems out in the world, I can't deal with his shit, okay? So, unfortunately, we may have to cancel him publicly. You know what? We can place bets and see if he actually ends up on there. Like I said, how's he going to do it? Can you all just think back for a second how this interview might go? It already doesn't sound good. So it could be a lie. I don't know. But he constantly deletes all of his videos. You can't watch anything. The last thing he left up, which was this, I don't know if I think we watched this already. It wasn't really good. It was just him walking and talking. Hey, what's up, Atlanta girl? Oh shit, sorry. Yeah, this episode may kind of be dull. I mean, we went through all the good shit. Had so many back and forths. Like, if he would just come on the channel and confront me and quit being a bitch, it could probably help him, because then he can explain his side of things, you know? Yeah. I think he's done scrubbed his channel of anything of that nature that would be, because he's already threatened to strike me if I don't leave him alone. And it's like, well, I'm playing your material. You may not like what I'm playing and saying. This is your stuff. The only things I've ever edited was the videos that I made about him. And I was actually in talks with him through all of that. Yeah, you know, back what I was saying, I think he just fell to the wayside with life, addiction, problems. Guys, I don't know if it's going to get any better on his end. I hate to say that. People that get on drugs, it just gets worse, does it not? Like, I'm not trying to judge anybody about what they do, how they do it, whatever, because everybody's done their own dirt. But is it not? I mean, I don't know anyone that's like a successful user, and then shit just gets better and better and better, you know. I think somewhere in your mind, because you're going through it, you're kind of disguised from the pain and misery and all that, and you just think you're gonna, you know, get through it. I've been there. I know what it's like, and so that's why I can see all this stuff clearly now. Yeah, you cannot beat the $40 fucking Craigslist story. I don't give a shit. That was the best $40 ever earned. We've had to watch that a few times on here. But I'm really hoping the guy's not starting to just tell fibs just to keep you all entertained, like hooked and staying on, you know? Yeah. Live from the bathroom, it's Mars World. But no, we're not gonna, because like I said, this video wasn't shit. Now these are the ones from long ago that he had made, and he left them up. I think we've watched a handful of these. He took down the good ones that I covered because they were just bad. But what else is there to say? Honestly. I mean, he's starting beef with every fucking body on the internet because that's all he has. He has a name and an image, and this is what he chooses to do with it. Instead of like figuring out a way around certain things or just simply fucking recording, was he just not that far back on drugs back then when he was doing this stuff? I mean, some of this stuff dates back 7 months ago. Guys, 7 months ago was not that long ago. Where did he lose the fire and the energy? We still have yet to see the Gunnar Allen Lindblom collab. He did a call-in and was on the phone with him and a co-host or something, and I think to him in his mind that was like a really big deal. So I don't know, guys. I mean, sexy MILF from Craigslist. There's even a part 3. 1, 2, 3. Now this might have been when he was breaking them down, trying to give y'all parts. Like he said he would go live, or no, he would release like so many videos a week, so many videos on Patreon. Like the dude was fucking killing it. Thumbnails, all that shit. Some of this is the same photo I'm noticing, but he just changed the titles. And that's okay because it seems like it's a new story. Before we send old Marcel off into the ocean in his little boat, I guess we can look at something. Let's check out the sexy MILF from Craigslist part 1. I gotta see this.
I was taking like all these extracurricular activities like cooking and stuff, and I went up to the this is in my senior year, beginning of my senior year. I went up to the vice principal, and I was like, why am I here? Like, what is this cooking? What is this class? He's like, well, I was like, what do I need? Why do I need this? You know, like, why do I got to do this? Like, how is this going to help me later on in the future? And, yeah. And I said it in a way where like this teacher almost looked like she was about to cry. Like she was like, okay, well, I can talk. I could get you to go to Harris Academy, and Harris Academy is where I wanted to go. It was like you would like go to, it's like a different school that all the kids would go to in the surrounding counties if they want, or surrounding towns. And it was for like bad kids, but it was also, or like for pregnant women. It's like, or just people like me and or people that want to graduate early. And they give you the work and you do the work at your own pace. And by doing that, you can do like your work real quick. Like they would hand you the work, and then they had a teacher in each class that was just there to help you with your work. And by doing this, you can graduate you could graduate early. Like if you went, you could graduate after your junior year. And so I go off from that teacher, and I'm 19 years old. I got held back a year. I'm in high school. I'm burned out.
So this was summer
Wanna
school?
go. This teacher ends up pulling strings, and I get to go over there. Because before, I told my dad I wanted to go there, and he was like, "Oh no, I don't want to let you there or go there. That's not for the real good kids." And he's like, if you go to college, they'll see that on your record, and they'll be like, "Oh, well, that's where the bad kids went. You went there." And I never went to college, but yeah. But after the high school, the people in high school are getting sick of me. Like, I just completely wasn't interested, completely didn't want to be there. I already had a tattoo on my neck then because I was 18. In between my junior and senior year, I got a job landscaping, which is like what started my construction interest. It was like my first taste of that kind of work. And not only that, with the guys I was working with, they didn't really like me so much at first, but like many construction jobs, just being out there every day, working hard, you kind of bond with each other, It's like this bonding experience for guys, and, like you all went through something together. Yeah, it was like this bonding experience. So all of a sudden, now that I went off this teacher, she called my parents and everything. And all of a sudden, some strings got pulled. And I got to go to Harris Academy. So I go to Harris Academy. I finish language 12A and B in 2 days. It was like a packet, like this thick. And I was so motivated to get out of school and go to work that I put my all into it. And I ended up graduating early. So, towards the end, I finished everything up, and I wanted a girlfriend then, because I was single, I never really got to have a serious girlfriend yet, and I was lonely, and, I'm out of high school, I want to be with somebody, I want a woman, I tried I think I tried OkCupid. Tinder wasn't around then. And on these little dating sites and dating apps weren't very popular then. Like when Match.com first came out, it was kind of like a joke. Like I remember I had a boss once telling me, I was like, "Where did you meet your wife?" And he was like, Match.com. And online dating wasn't taken very seriously. It was kind of like it was kind of like a gimmicky, like weird thing to do back then. Now it's completely normal. I actually met my baby mama and my girlfriend I've been with now for almost 4 years off of Tinder. I actually met her on Tinder. Well, I think I told you this guy already, but I met her on Tinder when I was working with the gypsies, because that was like I was planning on finding a woman to get my escape out of there, to escape the wretched hell of the gypsy lifestyle. But so yeah,
Escape the wretched hell of the gypsy life.
I always knew about Craigslist, right? And back then, they don't have this anymore, but back then they had the personal section, they had like dating, they had all this stuff, and then they had the casual encounters. That was the dirty one. That's where like the prostitutes will be.
None of this is any like relevance to what he's getting at.
This face tattoo. This is actually the tattoo I got with the woman, the Craigslist bitch. See that? It's a heart. I got this one later, but she had got this one on her arm.
He got the heart tattoo with himself. Now, from my understanding, you're supposed to get that with a mutual person that is gonna, you guys are gonna be linked forever together, But I guess he felt like he just wanted to just be finalized over whether she's here or not. He's finishing up the other side of the tattoo.
So I guess somewhere out in the world she has this tattoo too.
I'm sure she's covered it up by now, dude.
So I would post like a picture of me and like say like I'm looking for a woman or some shit, like I'm looking for someone to date or whatever. And I started posting these ads on Craigslist. Now, Craigslist is not the place you want to go if you want a normal woman.
Yeah.
Craigslist is where you go if you want a prostitute or a trashy fat bitch with hepatitis C.
Jesus Christ,
and
man.
who will suck dick for like Tylenol 3s.
Oh, man.
There's no normal women. I know this now.
This shit is so raunchy. I might have this stream pulled. I'm just warning you guys. This is some pretty foul language.
No normal women on Craigslist. Like there's no normal person post an ad on Craigslist.
Yeah.
Thinking that they're gonna find their significant other, like a normal, like I'm gonna find a normal woman on there. Definitely not. This is like Craigslist is like
pretty much
the
done.
rundown white trash trailer park of the dating websites.
So he knew what he was getting into, but yet he goes.
Also, the personal and all that stuff got taken down. Also, Backpage got taken down because they made a big class act. A woman, a underage girl, was sex trafficked on there on Backpage, and she ended up getting rescued and all that. And she made this class action lawsuit that basically said that the owner of Backpage was contributing and basically just a giant pimp. And he ended up going to prison. The website got shut down. I'm sure he got sued. And then shortly, a couple of years after, Craigslist took theirs down because they probably didn't want to end up the same way. Now, there are alternatives to these sites now. There's other sites. Backpage, I
wonder if he's going to actually get to the part where he meets the girl.
Backpage, I get messages like that. I would get like messages where like it'd be like, "Oh, I'm a hot chick, blah blah blah. I'm gonna send you a picture of my titties," and then like they'd send like a naked girl, a picture of the tits and stuff, and then like, "Oh, will you send me some pictures now?" Send him like a shirtless picture or some shit. And then I get a picture back. No, he's like, "I'm not really a woman. I'm a dude. Is that okay?" Or that would happen.
Okay, yeah.
Send back a picture.
So this is getting into the exodus of his Craigslist horror story. The $40 one? Yeah, I know he probably did not want that. And it was just really about the money. But I did see some questionable stuff. Now, whatever your sexual orientation is, I don't hold that against you because it's a whole wide world. Hey, what's up, Gray? You could be gay, straight, les, trans. I don't fucking care, right? But he tries to put himself out there like he's a straight male. But it's been on file. It's been on record and proven that he doesn't know if he's bi or not. Now, the reason why I bring that up is he gets action. He gets action and traction from all sides alike. But I think he wants to pick and choose who he wants to end up with. So obviously he's going to go with a girl, if that's the case in point. But I think he's like bi-curious, which is okay. But just admit it, Mars. If you're bi-curious, just talk about that too. But don't get mad and cuss people out when they email you tits and then dicks and they say, "Oh, I'm a dude. Do you care?" Because you still fell for the bait anyway down the road, even if you were going to get some kind of monetary gain from it. And then you went and told a story about it.
Picture of like a dude's hairy asshole. Fucking weirdo shit, like crackhead shit I was on back then. All I did was drink. Or it'd be like, "I'm a chick," or it'd be like, me and my husband want to know if you want to come by, but then he'd be like, oh no,
Yeah, he
my
wishes.
woman left. It's just me. Would you like to, so lots, like 80% of the messages I would get are like from dudes. It was fucking weird. Occasionally I'd get like a woman.
Occasionally, oh my god, that means he was getting dudes all the time.
It'd be like an overweight, twacked out bitch, or she'd be like, you got any pills? I'll sleep with you for some pills or something. So yeah, so I'm posting these ads. Sorry, I'm getting off track.
I wonder what he was saying in his ads, though. Can someone find us some ads out there? I mean, do they even still exist? I mean, it could very well be from far a long time ago.
Thought about this in a long time. So these so I would post these ads, and like eventually I got a message from a woman, and she looked,
jackpot,
at least in the picture, she looked decent looking, and I was kind of convinced it was actually a woman. So
I was actually convinced
completely how it started, but I get this message from a woman. We started talking. I think eventually she sent a picture, but like it wouldn't be the face. Like she sent like the body, and we started talking. It was very bizarre. Some of the things she said were weird. Like for example, she would constantly respond. And then I forgot, she would like ask me for something or whatever, and then I wouldn't respond right away, and then she'd say, like, I get these messages like, tick tock, come on, respond, or you gotta hurry, you gotta do this, and like oh, that's weird. And then like I'd send some messages, and then like I wouldn't respond, or I'd take a shower, and then she'd be like, why aren't you responding? If you're just gonna go, then just go. Like she would then start like freaking out, like, and this is like kind of a why I haven't thought about it a lot, so it's kind of hard to tell all the specific details. But I think we talked for like a week or two, and then she's like, I want to see you, but
all right, here we go.
I have a little person. Is that okay? I was like, what the fuck?
What, a child?
Like, what, you have a midget in your closet or something? She's like, no, I got a kid. I was like, oh, I don't care. And but very bizarre. Like it's almost like she would talk in riddles sometimes. And so we talked for like 2 weeks or a week or two. And I want to see this chick because I think she sent me some pictures. And I guess in the pictures she looked all right. And, I'm like telling people that I'm talking to this chick and stuff. And like, I tell her about how I want a relationship and all this corny fucking 19-year-old stuff. I think by this time I've already finished the high school stuff, and I finished it, and then like I had to take like some tests, and like if I failed the test, then I would have to go back for school for 6 more months. So a lot of this was weighing on me. But
he's focused on women though.
I think I would have had to go back like the last semester, and I finished in the first semester of my senior year. So I get these bizarre messages, these very weird messages, and I decide, so one day I'm going to go meet this chick. We got it all planned out. We were going to meet at an Indian restaurant in downtown Indianapolis. I lived in Avon, a suburb west of Indianapolis, but it's pretty close, like a suburb. And so like, I'm getting psyched up, I don't have to talk to all these fucking weird, like all these weird dudes are messaging me, like the There's just crazy shit on Craigslist, and yeah, such a bizarre place to post. God, 95% of the people on Craigslist are guys. Like, very feeble amounts of women. If there are women, they're into weird shit. They're ugly. They're cracked out. You know, stuff like that. So,
Okay, let me point something out. I don't think he was prepared for what he was looking for on the internet, because everyone knows when you go on these dating sites, it's going to be more dudes than women. Like, the ratio is going to be so off. I think everyone's figured that out by now, because dudes are thirsty, they're horny, they want action. And I think he was just being that young, dumb bachelor that didn't know any better. And he's just now figuring this out for himself. Finally.
I'm super excited. So, at the time, I was driving a yellow Beetle, a yellow Bug. It's a car that my dad had that he let me use.
Yeah, the one from the other Craigslist story, remember?
Skinny jeans on. I had like a leather jacket, like one of those high school jackets that I got, but it was like from Hot Topic. Had long black hair and like not very many tattoos. Very young looking, baby faced. So, and I tell my buddy, I'm like, all right, so I drive out to Indianapolis. I go see this chick. I think I went into the Indian restaurant.
There's the
I'm sitting there, and then she comes in.
Mm-hmm.
You know the movie Sweeney Todd or Todd?
What the hell? Is it over? No.
Todd Sweeney, the wife, or no, the wife. Okay, so that girl, or which is the same girl, that girl from Fight Club, the chick. Imagine that chick, but with red hair, same kind of hair, red hair, a little bit chubby around the stomach, probably like D's.
Restaurant.
This like crap, like this slut, like this this prostitute type red lipstick, a shit ton of foundation on.
Dude, she was probably like trying to really fix herself up for you, and like you're just down talking all this. Like, it's just
eyeliner. And then you could see her age in her face. She was like 37. She said she was like 25 or some shit, but she had like these wrinkles, so you could see her age. And to me, she looked old. She looked like a crackhead version of that girl from Fight Club or from Sweeney Todd. A little, you know, I already explained it. So I see her, but at the same time, I'm kind of interested because at the time, I liked older women. That was my thing. I was trying to get with a MILF. I was trying to get with a woman in their 40s, early 30s.
So what are you complaining about?
Mama, kind of.
You got that.
And you know, I thought with the looks I had, you know, I could probably do that. So that's what I tried to do, and this is what I did. But, well, kind of.
I'm sorry, DGMS.
So I meet this woman there. She's we're talking. I think, man, this woman's kind of strange, you know, very weird personality. And I was like, she's talking very classy, like she's trying to act like she's talking like this, like almost kind of like a British woman. And she's like, so where are you from? And then I was like, oh, I'm from Avon, you know. She's like, do you talk to a lot of girls? And I was like, no.
Oh,
and
shit.
she's like, yeah, so about me. She's like, I'm from Norla, New Orleans. And she's like she's talking like the chick in Sweeney Todd.
Yeah, she has the accent from
that, like she kind of has like that British, like that, like in
it's
this
French.
Todd, like that,
it's like
this like
Creole or French
very,
or
like,
something.
cynical, like British woman type kind of
You said
classy, but then
cynical.
also kind of like jagged and stuff. But she was like, she's like, yeah, I'm from New Orleans. And I was like, oh, really? And then she's like, yeah. And then she's like, I grew up, or I ran away when I was 14. She ran away with a bunch of punk rocker kids, and she was like supposedly hang out with these people, and like they would do heroin, and like she explained to me that she was out on the streets, and this guy named Big Daddy, he was a pimp. He was half black, half white with dreadlocks, a pimp, and he kind of took her in, like he was like her like mentor, her kind of like her father figure, I guess.
Yeah.
And so apparently this guy was a pimp, lived in New Orleans. He took her in. She worked for him, and they did like this criminal like alter ego shit. I think the story was all made up, but that's what she said. She seemed like she wasn't right. She seemed like she had
oh, shit.
like she seemed bipolar, but she had like these different personalities that she would swap back and forth. She was like schizo, kind of like multi-personality disorder. I would find this out later, but at the time I'm just meeting her, so I think like she's at least relatively normal. We're eating out there at the Indian restaurant. Very classy, nice Indian restaurant. She goes to the bath. She's like, I gotta go to the bathroom, honey. And I was like, okay. And
she dines and dashes and leaves Mars with some fucking tab.
My buddy Nick, and I was like, this girl, like, she's like, man, I was like, man, this girl is like, she's like old, like I can see her wrinkles in her face and stuff. And then I send like some shit about her like that. And then I look down and I realized, oh shit, I accidentally said it to her.
Oh.
Her name was Lilith, she said. Her name was Lilith. Kind of fitting, kind of weird. A demonic name, kind of, I don't know. But yeah, so she had like these, she would wear like a black like skirt and like kind of like this punk rock type look, but kind of mixed with a woman in the like late 30s. She looked like she was like in her 40s, and also like she smoked cigarettes and stuff, so her teeth were like kind of yellow, and like she just you could see the age on her, and not like a younger or like a better person in their 30s that took care of themselves. But I sent it to her, and I was like, oh man, I accidentally sent it to her. I'm like, man, that's fucking weird. And then she comes back and sits down. She's like, oh, she's like, did you mean to send those text messages to me? And I was like, oh no, I meant to send them to my buddy. I was just talking about how you're a little older. And she's like, what? You got a problem with the fact that I'm older? And I was like, no. And she was like, just very bizarre, very weird.
I think she got pissed at him.
We eat there. We're done. And then we're like talking. And then she starts really like hitting on me. She's telling me about how good looking I am.
Yo, what's up, Corey?
That. She's really coming on to me. She's like a cougar, like pouncing. And so we go out to the car. We go out to her car. And I sit in the passenger side. She sits in this side. And we're talking. And I was like, fuck it. You know, because at that time, I would do anything for pussy. Didn't matter.
Here we go.
I had probably gotten laid like twice. Yeah, twice. Only 2 times. Never really had a long-term girlfriend. And I only got, I had sex probably twice. And that was it. High school. Or 19. Test up, you know, all that.
Blah, 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 blah. Come on, man.
I'd do anything for pussy back then. And I didn't really have high standards either, because like couldn't ever find a woman. It was anything was good, you know. I'm sure a lot of you guys are like that too. Don't lie. So we started making out, and she's like, smooching on me, like getting all like crazy, dude. Her red lipstick's getting all over. Then she starts like sucking on my neck and shit, all hard and shit. And then she gets over and sits on my lap. And then she's like, and then I was like, oh man, like, you know, I don't want anyone to see us, you know, like what if we get in trouble for like public display of affect or some shit like that. And she's like, I want to suck your dick. And I was like, no, like, oh, we can't do it out here. How about later? Also, my dad was calling me because my dad was getting tired of me staying out late for some reason. You go through. Like,
you need to bring that fucking car back home. That's what he was saying.
Like, you need to come home right now. And I was like, so I'm starting to have this pressure. I'm like, oh fuck, I need to go home. It's getting late. I think I was in like my last couple weeks of school. I think maybe that was why. And in high school, so we're making out. She's kind of aggressive.
He wasn't
She's also
ready.
popping Adderalls too, because I think she had like some anxiety about seeing me. Like I had anxiety about seeing her, and so she's just acting really bizarre. And she's like speeding on these Adderalls, and we're making out, and she gets mad. She jumps back and forth from being very angry to very nice. And I was like, all right, well, I gotta go. It's getting late. She's like, what? You don't want to see me again? Are you never gonna see me again? And like, I was like, no, I will see you again. Like, it'll be all right. Like, I'll be back, you know? She's like, oh, are you sure? And like,
she knew damn well,
you know? And you know, it's a little weird. It's strange. I'm with some woman that's supposedly from New Orleans, from this creepy, mysterious past, that was raised by like this pimp, and they would like, I guess, run this pimping service together, and she was like his muscle or some shit, and like just weirdo shit. You know, I don't remember all of it. There's more to it than that. It was a lot more bizarre, but
what's up?
A lot of bizarre, weird stories like that. I think she had similarities to Glenn, where like she would just lie about stuff and just lie about things that didn't even matter. Like, oh, I used to own like 3 Ferraris type shit. So,
well,
that was a little bit of an over exaggeration, but it's like, yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I go back home, whatever.
Great.
And I keep getting these fucking weird texts, you know, like it's just this back and forth, like, you don't want to be with me, or blah, 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 or I love you. And she's constantly texting me, you know? So that, yeah. And
did you?
I will finish this story tomorrow. Or this is another series, but we're getting on 30 minutes now. I got a lot of editing to do, and especially with the last video I did.
Editing, no.
So, like, subscribe, and if you want, share my videos on Reddit. I would appreciate that. I'd like to get more people in here. I'm getting banned from like every single Reddit forum. I thought this was about harm reduction, or like just weirdo shit. People on Reddit are dicks, you know, like you're fucked. You're gonna have withdrawals from hell and all kinds of crazy shit. But yeah, that's it. Got a lot of editing to do. Got to quit creating tomorrow. Got to be doing more videos. Got to do a lot more videos. I'm gonna start slowly talking less and less about drugs and shit. Drug videos.
Yeah, right.
That was kind of get started, and to kind of resume the Kava zombie thing. When I
never did.
Yeah, because when I was doing the Kava zombie thing shortly after that, like I lost my place and all this shit went down. And I didn't really have a stable environment to film videos like I do now. But yeah, so that is it. Let me know how you guys feel about this video, about the series. I got all kinds of stories coming, all different things. Also like subplots in the Irish Gypsy story. Like after I film the series, there'll also be subplots. I'll talk about.
Okay, so we just basically talk about a lot of nothing that never even fucking happens eventually anyway. So, after all of that, that's the kind of shit I've been dealing with or trying to avoid. I mean, yeah, I had to watch a lot of the stuff from back in the day so that I could get the gist of like what kind of dude this guy was, because I'm thinking he's like a genius undercover, or maybe this is just how he rolls, you know. I don't think he's going to be putting out any serious content, especially any serious stories, as long as I'm around messing with it, you know, because he just this chat though. I appreciate everybody stopping by and stomaching this shit with me, because I've heard that story, but it's been so long ago that I had to like come back. But it didn't really go anywhere, did it? I sure as hell I'm not going to watch part 2 and 3, because I think that was just clickbait to get everybody to like watch it and keep coming back and then just get the views, you know, because you kind of don't want to tell all the story in one lump, because then it's over with. Everybody gets the hype, they get it over with, they don't come back for it. But he seriously needs to do something for his fan base, though. Like the ones that he's brought in the last year. He's created a lot of beefs amongst people. He's garnered a lot of subs because of that method. Now it's like, what are they waiting on? What can they expect? You know? Jesus, man. I almost didn't want to do this. I said, guys. Yeah. Every Tuesday, 2-video Tuesday. So that's the guy, the man, the myth, the legend. He wants me to fucking go away off of his ass, and I think I'm just going to give it to him because there's nothing else there. What do you all think? I mean, should I just keep trucking on, or I mean, like, what else is there? He won't come back and leave a video up. Just the old stuff. Now, the Jared Fogle one was kind of funny because he didn't have his facts right about some of the case stuff or whatever. But I did get that funny ass video off of it, though. I think he might have deleted that one. But yeah, if you guys want to see anything that we've accumulated about this guy, I made a playlist a long time ago, and it's got a lot of videos. I think some of them got deleted because I had to make room because of the fucking StreamYards. But well, he did. I want to say he did. He had the he had all the stuff set up, and then he was his bestie. He really was. Hold on, what did Fargo say? Ah, man, that's bad news, bro. So, until Marcel. Does anyone have any requests? I mean, thanks, Don. Some of that stuff was just fucking. Let me see. Like, why the actual change of the channel logo and stuff? I don't get that, because I don't think he's going to do anything with it. I was an associate for the Texas Irish Mafia. There is a Texas Irish Mafia in America? What? We may have watched some of this. Let me see, because it was like really far in. Yeah, some of these stories, though. Okay, there's Mars. Let's see.
All right, guys. So we're back to the making the videos again. So if you guys don't know who I am, I've recently got an influx of subscribers. My name is Mars. I was actually an associate for the Irish Mafia.
Man, he just told so many. I don't even want to curse it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Crazy long story. I had actually told this story in the past, but however, when I started my channel way back, I was just starting out, and my speaking skills weren't as good. My storytelling capabilities weren't as good. It's weird when you start a YouTube channel. Like, if you guys ever who don't have a YouTube channel start a YouTube channel,
Is he fucking sober or something? Like, what the fuck?
when you look back at your old videos, you'll notice like how awkward and how weird you are. Like, I remember last year, maybe like a month or two from now, I started a YouTube channel.
Yeah, Joe.
I think I did a video about something, and then I did the first Irish Mafia series. It like completely like sucked. Like, the camera was like upright and like, you know,
Oh
it was like all ghetto and stuff, and like you could only hear the audio in one ear because the part of the microphone was like covered up, and like it looked so jank. But yeah, definitely after being on YouTube for a while, I've started to develop my own character, which is why I deleted the original Irish Mafia series, because I think it can be told so much better. I'm actually kind of in a hurry today. I got off late. My life has taken a drastic turn into a different career, short term, just to get through the winter.
Now, see, I'm confused. This seems like he was prepping for it. He knew what he wanted to say. He thought about what he's going to say, and then he says it, and it sounds somewhat, legible. Where did that spark go? Because he doesn't speak like this at all anymore.
So I've been on a very tight schedule. However, my schedule is about to free up this week. I'm going to start having Tuesdays and Wednesdays off every week. Those 2 days, I'll try to do 2 to 3 videos a day, edit them, and then release them throughout the week. They will be immediately put on Patreon.
Okay.
However, on YouTube, Gunnar Allen Lindblom does. He is like a mafia enforcer. He's a mob channel. When you start YouTube, you usually start clicking up with other YouTubers that, are around your subscriber level, because you talk to them, they talk back. When I started doing YouTube, I was associating with Ryan Leone. We talked, we were friends. I worked for him, sent him money. We were buddies, He uploaded some of my content, and then fell apart. And then I started talking to some of these spin-off channels like Birdman.
Holy shit. After all the bullshit, did you guys hear that? He just tried to get Birdman for clout points just now. We caught that shit, Mars. Oh my God.
Little Burpee.
Boom, there goes Burpee.
By the way, Birdman and Burpee are like my 2 favorite guys right now. They're killing.
Look at that. And then you say what you say about Birdman.
It and what they're doing on YouTube. Birdman has a badass candle company.
Yes.
And then Burpee, super interesting guy, great content. I can't wait till he gets off papers and he can show his face. But I really love his channel. He helped donate to the camera fund. Just super great guy. If you guys don't know who Little Burpee is, subscribe to him. Most of you guys know who Birdman is, subscribe to him. Those guys never did me any wrong. But yeah, so I started associating with Sharon V.
What the fuck?
Other like drug people, YouTubers, kind of like spin-off channels of Ryan Leone. However, which my channel is not a drug channel. It's kind of like a story channel, but it's basically just about my life. And I always want to tell my life story. And I did, even when I was working for the Irish Mafia, I was like, someday I need to talk about this. So, a lot of those guys fade away. I talked to, I don't really talk to Birdman too much now. But, I'll watch some of his videos. He's cool with me. Talk to Burpee a little bit here and there. I don't really have a way to contact him. However, Burpee, if you're watching this, please send me a text app number or some way I can, or email, a Proton email, anything. I would like to contact
Proton?
you
What the
for
fuck?
maybe doing a collaboration in the future.
Oh, I
but-
called it. I fucking
yeah,
called it. I fucking called it. Look, I said this in the last video or the last episode that I covered before I came on tonight. He kept name dropping people and shit like that. And then I actually put into the universe, I spoke this into existence. I said, what do you think about if one day it would come to fruition that there would be a Burpee and Mars World collaboration? He thought about this a year ago.
So these drug story people, now I'm fucking with these Italian guys, Gunnar Allen Lindblom, Partners in Crime. They try to Bill Stocks, like these mob crime guys. So these people have been fucking with me a lot lately, and we get along great. Me and these Italian guys get along great. Like they talk about how, like, when they would grow up, their parents and their aunts and uncles, they would speak Sicilian, and it reminded me of myself. When I would grow up, I would hear my mom and her friends, they'd speak German. So we have a lot of in common. European descent.
Yes, it
Like
was.
real European descent. Like, I know most people in America have German blood or whatever, but we have real European descent. Gunnar was an enforcer for the Italian mob in Detroit, which is actually more successful than the New York mob. Way less snitches. And then I went on to do work being an associate for the Irish mafia. I will leave news articles in this video for all the dumb motherfuckers that want to.
Okay.
I'm trying not to swear for when this channel gets monetized. I have the watch hours. I think it's like 40,000 or 4,000.
Check this out.
Whatever it is, I can't remember. I do have the watch hours, even though some of my videos have been deleted. I used to have over 200 videos on YouTube. I have the watch hours. I just need 500 more subscribers to get monetized, which is not really my plan. I'd rather do Patreon over monetization. Just seems better to me. I like it more because then I can talk about whatever I want on YouTube.
Well, people give you money.
I can swear, and I'm leaning more towards the Patreon route. But that's way in the future. I'm not going to do that till I get 1,000 subscribers. Well, no, maybe next week I'll start a Patreon, but we'll see. But anyway, been messing with these Italian dudes lately, and so that's who I've been linking up with. Kind of put the drug story guys behind. Other than Little Burpee and Birdman, I love those guys. Those guys are my homies. I hope they succeed. I hope Birdman's channel succeeds. But anyway, I had a bunch of stories to do. With the time I got, it's getting late, guys. Almost 4 a.m. I didn't want to make a video today. I'm tired as hell. I was driving all day today, and there was a huge blizzard. My car swerved off the road. Like, I was driving on ice. Like, I literally couldn't see a foot in front of me. And then we went on this bridge with the highway exit. Like, on like one of the ramps where, like, you turn off and then you turn and you go on the highway. The bridge, there was like 4 feet of snow in front of me. I could only see like a foot in front of me with the.
We get the fucking picture,
drift.
man. Come on.
So I had to do like turn my car around on the bridge, like pull forward, back up, pull forward, back up, pull forward, back up. And then I was driving, and then my car just completely went out of control and went into like a fucking ditch. And I was like, fuck, because then I'm got to call a tow truck. I'm out in the middle of nowhere.
What was he trying to do?
Sucked. However, some good Samaritan, some truck just pulled up behind me, turned his lights on, his hazard lights on, pulled it right behind me. I hear someone hook up a chain to the back of my car, and they just pull me right out. Dude doesn't even say anything. Unhooks the chain.
Listen, that is so fucking crazy how he says that. How some stranger just rolled up, backed up, connected, pulled him out, and was it. That has happened to me in Missouri when I had gotten stuck on the side of the road with some snow. That is a very common thing. People up north that deal with all this snow, they know what's up. They're not there to talk. They're not there to be in good cheers. And, they're just like, here, I'm going to do my part as a Samaritan, get you out. Good luck. Don't fuck up from here. So that is a very common thing, but that's so crazy how he mentions that. But that's actually happened to me many years ago.
It takes off. I was like, fuck yeah. And I have to wait like the 2-3 hours for the tow truck. But anyway, you guys are here for the stories.
Yes.
So I'm gonna fill you in, Mars Gang. By the way, if you are a real Mars World fan, please show some love in the comment sections. A lot of haters, a lot of people that don't want to see me fail or don't want to see me succeed have been commenting. A lot of jealous haters. But you know, I'm winning at this YouTube game. I'm gaining subscribers every day. I could have been up at 700, 800, 900 subscribers had I kept posting frequently, because when I was posting frequently, I was getting 125 subs plus a month. I stopped for like 3-4 months. When you stop, the algorithm stops, and I haven't been getting that many subs lately. But I'm coming back to YouTube, so videos every week. So here we go with part 1 of the Irish Mafia Redux. I worked for the Irish Mafia 3 times. We're going to skip the first one for now. That's its own episode. It was only a 2-week ordeal when I was 20. It was great when I met my baby mama. She didn't want me to go, only went there 2 weeks. That's a smaller story, a side story. May just leave that one for Patreon, or maybe it'll come out later. But the real meat of the story is the second time I worked there, which is the longest time I worked there. And that's the story I told you guys about. So, this story takes place around, I don't know, 2015, 2016, somewhere around there. I was a young buck, probably. I was 23 years old. So to fill you in on my life at the time, so me and I did that baby mama story. That story was a fail. Just too much, not enough interesting. But anyway, so me and baby mama lost the second apartment. We lost the second apartment. So I moved back in with my parents again. That's its own story. I'm not going to get into it. A lot of drama. Moved back in with my parents again. I'm trying to work. March, springtime comes around. So I get back into doing asphalt work, which I did asphalt work for 3 years. That was my primary trade. I never liked school growing up because I had a learning disability. I had ADD, which now I think they say it's just ADHD. I don't know what they do now. They used to prescribe Ritalin everywhere to everybody. They don't do that anymore. It's really hard to get like Ritalins, Adderall, stuff like that. Especially after the opiate epidemic, it's really hard to get benzos and painkillers now. It's very strict. Doctors got in legal trouble, stuff like that. But yeah, I had a learning disability. And so the doctors or the teachers would take me out to this outside classroom where there would be 2 teachers and they would give you like extra one-on-one help. However, that damaged my reputation because I was like a normal dude. I just didn't have any interest in school. But some of the guys that would go in there, they were like troublemakers. Some of them were a little slow. And that forever just ruined my reputation in school. I was like a loser from then on. Because of that, you know, I wasn't like a conformist. In high school, I was like an hardcore kid. I would go to, like if any of you guys are from Indianapolis, I would go to the Emerson Theater, which is on the east side of Indianapolis. It's where they had it's like a grimy, like, venue for like indie music. Like if you grew up from like 2005 to like 2016, indie rock was like really big, like back when the Warped Tour was going. Now when I listen to the radio here, like Black Veil Brides and like Asking Alexandria, they're like on the radio now. and now they're starting to become mainstream just over time. You know, this is like 10, 15 years later. So all these bands are mainstream now. By the time they're indie, so I would go to these hardcore shows like Carn Effects, all that, and you know, it was pretty sweet, and I was pretty much a degenerate, like just a hardcore kid, emo kid, whatever. So high school, I never really liked school. So the college thing never really worked out for me. Um, I think after I graduated high school, my dad tried to get me to go into the army. However, right when I turned 18, I got this neck tattoo, and I got some other tattoos on my arm. I didn't tell my dad. I worked at IHOP, and I worked at like a landscaping company. I'd work like at a landscape company 4 days, 5 days a week. And then at nights, I would work like a couple hours working at IHOP as a dishwasher. And then I had like this online girlfriend from Nevada. She was a cam girl. My buddy, who's been on this channel before, some of you guys may know who I'm talking about. He would pay for cam girls. So one day he comes over, we get this cam girl, and we're just talking to her, and we're not even hitting on her or anything. Well, she really starts taking a liking to me.
Of course.
I'm just drinking my coffee. She's like, "You guys don't want to see anything or what?" But we're just like, nah, you're good. Because it was his thing. I didn't give a fuck, you know? Well, me and this girl exchanged numbers. And we basically start like this internet relationship, like real relationship. Like I never sent her any money, anything. But yeah, so that's what I was doing, dating this girl. She was about to come fly out and see me, all this. But anyway, I got into construction because I didn't like school. I started out with landscaping.
Is this the associate mafia story still? Hold on.
And I moved up the ranks. I started out as a shoveler, which if like the paver, the big paver.
Okay, let me get this straight. It wasn't so much an Irish mafia or something. He's explaining the asphalt job with the Irish travelers. Is that what this really is?
Thing that lays the asphalt on the roads. If there's like a hole, you do the bitch work. You go get a shovel.
Okay. So yeah, that's what this is, guys. I'm gonna spare you the rest of that because it's 48 minutes long. And so what he has been calling the Irish mafia is actually the travelers that he has been working with. Now, I'm curious if this construction job plays any part into that. You guys think maybe not? I don't know. Hold on.
You throw it at the pothole, and then the people rake it out and stuff. And like you move up the ladder, but you start just shoveling around and doing shit like that, cleaning the road, whatever. So, me and baby mama are still together. She's living with her parents. This is a while later. I am living with my parents. I get on the nice leather jacket on, had like fur around it. They act like they hit on them. They get all their money. These girls are like street girls. They hustle them. She kind of like street girls because they're clever, they're smart, they make money. But a lot of them were really, really good looking. So these girls started to get familiar with me, and there was like 3 or 4 of them. There's one that I really wanted, and I really wanted to get in a relationship with her, because the whole reason I went in there was because there wasn't really Tinder or Plenty of Fish. I think there was Plenty of Fish, but most people didn't take it seriously. So I was going there to like mac on these girls and get into a relationship. So this girl from Louisville, hot, like just sexy, maybe a little bit shorter than me, nice body. She wasn't like super thick or anything, but she was like beautiful. She really had a liking to me. She would do around. She'd come and talk to me. They never asked me for money. She'd tell me about her day. She would hit on me. I'd hit on her back. She'd want to go to the private room. She would like lay like on her stomach and prop herself up like in a sexual position. She'd like give me a massage, or like she'd rub my like it got handsy and stuff. But there's also another girl that was really infatuated with me. I wasn't so much interested in her because she was a little older. And then there was another one that was probably 37, 36.
Another girl.
This story. So found out that one girl had a boyfriend and stuff. So and then he'd send messages like, I'm gonna come in there. I think you're seeing somebody. And she'd be like, I gotta go. But like she would like text me and be like, hey, I'm lonely, come to the strip club. But anyway, meet this girl. It's like 36, 37. At the time, I was really into MILFs, older girls. I slept with this girl like twice. And then yeah, I think I was still with baby mom, and then we lost the apartment. Slept with this girl. We went back to the old apartment.
Let's go to the Irish mafia.
He was a gangster pretty much. But yeah, I'd play it off, whatever. So anyway, month 2 goes by. Me and my baby mama, we're not working out anymore. She's too controlling, too possessive. You know, and yeah, macking on chicks,
just a few months, you already got her pregnant. Now you're telling us these stories about banging 3 or 4 different fucking broads on the
thing to do. However, she did cheat on me. She cheated on me with a Justin Bieber lookalike. I wouldn't find that out till later, so whatever. It's karma.
Justin Bieber.
And then I told you guys about how she sucked the dude off.
Okay.
When she was working at where I sleep in. I don't know what it was. It didn't matter if I went to bed at 10 o'clock at night. It didn't matter if I went to bed at 9 o'clock at night. I would always sleep in. So I'd work good couple months. And then like I'd sleep in, fuck the whole thing up. So my parents are getting tired of me. They're getting tired of me living today. And I was like, nah, I don't think I can come today, but I can come tomorrow. Because I was drinking all night. It was around like 5, 4 in the morning. Really early, actually. That would have been a red flag, but maybe he thought I was just up for work because it's asphalt construction. And, you know. And so, yeah, I think that's what he thought. And so the next day I go to sleep. Well, thing is my sleep schedule is now fucked up. I probably slept all day. I end up waking up the next day at 5 p.m. in my parents' house, in my bedroom.
All right, good night, Dawn.
My sister's there. She's sick of me. My parents are getting sick of me. She kicks me the fuck out. Like, she's screaming at me. She's swatting at me. Now, keep in mind, guys, I was a scumbag at this time. I was not a good kid. So before, like, all your comments, like, oh, you're a douchebag, all this, trust me, I would get my karma. My karma would be coming, and these next year would actually be the thing to end up straightening me out. Yes, since then, I may have had some addiction problems and stuff like that, but definitely no, like, cheating, nothing dirty, stuff like that. But a different outlook on life. And, but I was living my life wrong. I wish I could go back and do things completely differently. I'd be a lot more successful. However, I wouldn't meet the girl I'm with now. So it's whatever. But, and I'm sure with a lot of you guys that have been to prison can relate. Your bad decisions led to bad things. But if you let's say if Birdman wasn't a drug addict, didn't go to the halfway house and do all that, he probably would have never met the wife he's with now. So is it really that bad? You know, I mean, yeah, it's bad, but you know, look what the outcome, you know, do you regret it? Maybe. But so anyway, my sister's, she's just not letting me go. I was like, no, let me stay. We're fighting over the blanket. She's swatting at me. She kicks me out. This is like a 20-minute stand-up.
Hey, Fargo, if you're still out there, can you confirm this with me? Is this the sister that I think he's got a couple sisters, but one of them was like a really bad fuck up, and she too got caught with shit, was it Clonzalam or something? She got caught with something serious and went to prison. And they were like, Mars, don't fucking act like your sister. You're going to go to fucking prison. And then it was like years later, he ends up getting into something about that or something.
She's just like, go, like screaming at me. I was like, all right, I'll pack my stuff. Just let me take a shower. Just let me take a shower. I'm going to pack my stuff. No, you have to get now. Then finally, she let me take a shower, pack up my stuff. I called up my boy Carlos.
Damn, sick
Carlos'
bird.
parents sold their house. However, the house was still available for 3 months. So it's just him living there for 3 months by himself. Then he was planning to move to Knoxville, which I would later go to for a week and live with those douchebags. But he was planning on moving to Knoxville within 3 months. We kind of talked about staying there, but I was like, I just want to start a new life. I want to travel the country. So I think at this time too, I was talking to this black chick. We were about to hook up or whatever. And then I was talking to this other girl, because I was like meeting different chicks off Tinder every week and stuff. And
wow.
I
will say this, he is bringing true honesty, and a lot of people have probably been in his boat a handful of times in life, and at least he has the balls to admit that and say all these things, because it's almost like since we're watching and we're listening to this, it's almost like we're kind of not judging a book by its cover, but reading it as it's being written, I guess. It's pretty brave, I guess. I mean,
you know how it is. But anyway, so I go with my boy Carlos for 3 days. By this time, I'm more skilled in asphalt. I'm not just a laborer. I'm more of a skilled laborer. I call Mike Gorman. Now, I knew Mike Gorman because I worked with him for 2 weeks, like 2 years before. And I always remember telling one of my buddies this. I said, if I ever get kicked out, if this relationship with I almost said her name. If this relationship with this girl doesn't work out and I get kicked out, dude, I'm not being homeless. Fuck that. I'm not being homeless. I'm going to call these people, which is the Irish mob. So I called them, and I remember we went out to eat at Olive Garden because I stayed there for like 3 days at Carlos's house, stayed in his room, and I had a check left. I had money and stuff, and I called them, and they were like, "Are you sure you know what you say you can do? Are you sure you can loot and rake asphalt?" Which is like a higher up skill.
Loot.
Because he's like, I have a lot of guys that say they can do everything, but they can't. I was like, yeah, I can. And I was like, I need you to pay for the plane ticket. And then when I get there, I need you to give me a few $100 just to get started. He's like, all right, that's cool. So he books a flight for me. So the last day I'm there at Carlos's house, is there like 3 days. He drops me.
Yeah, like something happened and they were going to fly. He was getting kicked out of one job scenario with some Irish travelers, gypsies or whatever. And then they were like assed out, homeless or something. And then he called his old job, and the dude that hated him but would still give him a job flew him back to them. But then something happens along the way. Check this out.
Off my sister's, who's nice now because she knows I'm leaving. I'm starting this new adventure. I never go back to Indiana after this. I did to visit, but at this time, I did not know that I would never go home again, and I would not know the tragic and traumatic events that would end up happening to me. Very traumatic experiences happened to me to where I have PTSD about it now. Like, I for real have PTSD over this. Like, for example, over the summer when I was working really hard with Mike doing the concrete, when I get home, I would just get mad for no reason. I'd start thinking about Glenn. I'd start thinking about these things, these people I met, this unfair treatment by the employer, stuff like that. And I just get angry for
you signed up for
especially last year, just mad. I've read that PTSD takes years to form. And when it does, it can be very just walking on eggshells, random anger. So I definitely think I have PTSD from that. but I was an associate for the Irish mob. I will put links in the beginning of this video because some of the guys that I was working for have gotten arrested and they are going to prison. And I want you guys to read the article. They are described as the Irish mob. In the article, the Texas Irish Mafia. Irish Mafia is an organized group, organized family, and they are a secret organization that does criminal schemes. That is a mafia. It can be Irish, it can be Jewish, it can be anything. But
can somebody out there fact check me to what actually qualifies as a mob or a mafia or a family of crime, a borgata, if you will?
So anyway, I get kicked out. My sister, she helps me pack up. Before I left, I wanted to go see this one chick I met out when I was out drinking. And she was a total gold digger, dude. She worked at Jimmy John's. She was dating this dude that was like 50. And like she was total gold digger. And she was like, she's like, yeah, my 50-year-old boyfriend pays my rent. He's rich. I just work at Jimmy John's for like just like her probably to pay for food or whatever, small stuff. But he paid her rent. And she had like videos of him or pictures of him like kissing. Like this is like a beautiful blonde, young 21, 22-year-old girl. She's like making out like with her tongue and French kissing this old dude. And like, she was wanting me to come over. She's like, yeah, come over. Just bring me a bottle of Hennessy. Do this, do that. Bring this, do that. We could hang out for a few hours. I was like, fuck that. I told my sister, I was like, yeah, she's just trying to play you. So I was like, fuck that. So anyway, I had to get up early for the flight. My sister dropped me off at the airport.
And he starved for 2 days in the airport until the plane came.
Leaving Indiana for a new beginning. New beginning where I would hopefully never come home again. My plan was to go to New Mexico, which we go North Dakota, and then in the wintertime we go to New Mexico or Arizona. And I was to find do
you want to come up, Fargo?
Find a female through my travels, move in with her, get established in that state. And now I'm living in a state where I never, ever thought I would ever live. I never thought I'd live in North Dakota. I used to picture North Dakota, like the first time I worked for him for 2 weeks, like 2 years before this, when I was 19, or 3 years or whatever. I was like, what's in North Dakota? I'd hear about the oil rigs and stuff. And I picture it as like this desolate field with no roads and just nothing for miles. It turned out not to be like that, but I always wanted to live in Albuquerque. That didn't happen. Tried to make it happen. Didn't happen. But, so anyway, I went to North Dakota.
I went to North Dakota. Oh, shit. Let me see. Oh, it says you got to set up your cam or whatever. He's backstage, but his camera and his mic's not set up. You might have to back out and do that again.
I called in when I got there. I went through the Denver International Airport, and then from there, I landed in Bismarck, which is where they were at. I called the employer, Mike. He had his son arrange a cab for me. So I get to the hotel, and I forgot to mention. So kratom is illegal in Indiana. So I was like, fuck, I can't bring it on a plane. I might have been able to, but just to make sure, I didn't want to miss my flight, because I missed my flight. They're paying for it. I'm fucked. What if they don't let me get on the flight because I have kratom? So I had to leave it all with my buddy Carlos. I had like 6 ounces too, all different nice strains. That was back when it was like $15 an ounce. This is back in the day. And I had to leave it. But I was like, okay, well, I'll get kratom in North Dakota because it's legal. Well, I fly there. They pick me up. They take me to this like shitty motel. All the guys aren't there. I'm calling them like, oh, they're like, oh yeah, they'll be there in a while. They'll get you a room, blah blah. They'll get you a room. They'll be there in a while. I sit out there for like 2 or 3 hours. I think I go walk to the gas station, get some cigarettes. I'm smoking cigarettes. I'm stressing out because now the kratom withdrawals are starting to kick in. I'm starting to get all cold and chilly, uncomfortable. So I'm calling around these stores and I'm like, these gas stations, head shops, which they didn't even have head shops there. Head shops got banned for 5 years in Fargo or in all North Dakota. 5 years, a 5-year ban on head shops because they were selling spice out of them. So the government banned it for 5 years because the spice epidemic. Now there's head shops everywhere where I live. You can get Delta 8, kratom, all that shit. So anyway, so I call the gas station everywhere. They're like, nah, you're not gonna be able to find kratom in North Dakota at all. I was like, fuck. So I had to work a whole 2 weeks and then I had to order it. And then like around 2 or 3 weeks to get kratom and then everything would get better for a while. But so I'm going through kratom withdrawal. Wait like 2 or 3 hours. It's starting to get chilly. Like it's pissing me off. I come back. All these rough motherfuckers come back. And like these rough motherfuckers, like people that look like carnies, like people that look like they're in the Rob Zombie movies. Like just like oil rig workers, like just misfits from like all over the United States that found this job who also got flown out like me. A lot of them had meth problems, drug problems. There's prostitutes all over the place. If you guys remember the original story of this, Hollywood having 30 prostitutes in the room at one time, sex addict. I would end up living with him. He would have like threesomes, like in the room, the bed, their twin beds. He would hang up a sheet and have like threesomes, smoking meth. And like I could hear him moaning and groaning all night. I'd be like 4 a.m. and I couldn't sleep. And I'd hear, hey yo, Snow. Hey, you want to join in, man? But anyway, so I'm pissed off. I'm like, hey, dude, I need a room. I'm calling the employer. They're like, yeah, find someone. Everyone's like, oh, no, I got kids. I can't have them room with me. Can't this, that. So anyway, they have me room with the worst fucking guy, Dirty Mike.
Dirty Mike's key got lost. So not only that I'm waiting. Everybody else goes to their room. It's like 9 o'clock at night. It's dark. I'm with this fucking twacked out like truck driver with like hair all the way like down to here, beard, rotted teeth. And he talks real fast. He's really angry all the time. He's they fucking stole my key, blah blah. So I'm with this complete stranger, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what the fuck did I get myself into? Like, I'm around these carny strangers out in the middle of nowhere, with like probably less than $100. Like, starting to think, did I make a mistake? Well, anyway, we get back into the room. I get into the motherfucking room, and his hotel room or motel room, it smelled like sweaty socks that like just sour, like the sour, like sweaty, like citrus, like odor to it. Laundry all over the room, dirty. This fucker shaved his beard and just left the hair in the sink. Like shaved a beard, left the hair in the sink. Just that's it. That's all he did. And then he starts making a pot roast. He's like cutting up the vegetables and shit, making a pot roast out of. He had like a little oven or something. Hell yeah.
And then he starts smoking his meth pipe. And once he starts smoking his meth pipe, because he probably hadn't smoked meth all day, he starts smoking his meth pipe. And then he starts getting all talkative with me. And he's like, oh yeah, I can do this, do that. So we're having conversation, talking. He starts smoking the meth, and then all of a sudden he starts talking, kind of like when people drink, they'll start talking. And he starts talking. I think later on, I'm just trying to chill out, watch TV. I got Hollywood, a black dude. He gave me a ride to the grocery store. I go to the grocery store, try buying grocery lunch and everything. My fucking card declines. And one thing about North Dakota is they got really good Samaritans. So I was like $68 over my
Fargo,
limit.
it's not working.
And the girl goes, "That's all right. I'll pay for it." And she had like some card. She scanned it. She paid for my groceries. So that was a good sign. It was crazy. But that's how North Dakota is. Like how somebody pulled me out of the snowbank today. People here just, they help people. They're good people up here. But yeah, I'm in this room with this dirty motherfucker. Worst roommate. That's why I room with him, because nobody wanted to room with him. Everyone else been there a long time. But just nasty fucking room. Bathroom was dirty. Oh my God. It was just sick. It'd make you nauseous. Oh, just like
It was an utter hell.
sweaty sock with like rotten eggs thrown in a microwave, left in a trash can.
Yeah, Fargo, it's not letting you on because it's saying your cam and your mic's not set up. When you go into the StreamYards, just select the microphone as the handset, and then I guess I'm not sure if you have to have earbuds or not.
And for 2 years, type smell, dirty carpet, whatever. And then tweakers would come in and out because this guy smoked meth. And I tried going to sleep that night. Eventually, he passes out like 3 a.m. I can't sleep till then. It's my first night. I'm nervous as fuck because I don't know what to expect in the morning. I don't know if they're going to like me, not like me. Then this fucker finally passes out like 3, 4 in the morning from his meth thing. And he snores so fucking loud, I cannot sleep at all. Just goes on and on and on, and I cannot sleep. And I was like, oh my God, I cannot take this. Eventually, I end up falling asleep for like an hour or 2, 3 hours. But I'm going to end this video here. Like I mentioned, I was kind of in a hurry today, but I want to get something up. I'm going to do a vlog after this, and I'm going to upload this. But this.
Well, okay. So, guys, ladies and gents. Yeah, Fargo, maybe next time, man. It's getting kind of late over here too, as far as this whole shit's been running like a fucking dream. It's time to live my life, man. I don't know. But I want to say thanks to everybody that stopped by and visited. And thank you to the other viewers. They're going to be returning. This was kind of like my farewell to Mars to a degree. Like, fuck you, dude. Fuck you. I can't believe I was even fucking nice to you, man. You're such a fucking jerk. So anyway, the point of this whole stream was I don't give a fuck about that guy no more. Yeah. Fuck it. I'm just been over. But yeah, there was some memorable stuff mentioned. What a way to send him off. Good luck, Mars, in the future. I hope things get better. Thanks to everybody that stopped by to watch Mars or watch the Mars material. It's been a lot of fun. Next time you see me, we're going to do something different, I guess. Thank you to everyone. It's been a really good, funny night. I got a lot of good fucking laughs. I appreciate it. I needed that. But he's going to come back and watch this later, and he's going to get really fucked up at 4 a.m. and talk shit back. Well, good. I finally talk shit back to you too, dude. Now we're even. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I guess I'm going to go ahead and jump. Y'all be good. Stay safe. I'll see y'all next time. I love you all. Peace.